have a dry dock where they do some out of the water work on boats. Coming up to a small car park here for the Launceston Rowing Club. There are several rowing clubs. The North Esk Launceston Rowing Club and one of the schools, I think it's St Patrick's College, have rowing clubs. This parking area is for the Launceston one, which looks directly over the river here. And I'm about to go on the gravel part of the West Tamar track, and it'll take me up to Tailrace Park. And we're lucky I don't make too much noise. Might see some wildlife. This section is supposed to be about 2 kilometres long. There's a loop here which I've done before, another made path on the left through the scrub here, and I run down and then back up this one, and in total that's about 5 kilometres. I was able to do an extra loop at the beginning, make it 7, but not today. Over on my right through the bush and scrub here is the river, and a couple of places where I might be able to show you. I'll give you a better view of it. I had the better of my 2 cameras here, so hopefully there's not so much side to side movement. This camera has a battery life of about an hour. Hopefully I can get this run in about an hour. I'm sure that either the card fills up or the battery runs out, or both. So I will still have to get back home up the hill, and there'll be maps and charts and all that sort of stuff at the end that you can look at if you're interested in that sort of part of the running thing. It's up ahead here, little paddy melon. Paddy melon is a marsupial, like a small wallaby, that's unique in Tasmania. Spelled P-A-D-E-M-E-L-O-N. There you go, the other way a lot faster pace than I'm going. T intersection coming up here. I go left over a bridge and then right. So I think on right. I go close to the river, but that part of the track is now closed. I think for safety reasons. This is the main track I was talking about earlier. And there's a stormwater gully here. Bridge that I'm just crossing has a plastic tiles as a deck. I'm sure there's something more substantial than plastic underneath that, steel or something. The plastic, as I understand, is made from recycled shopping bags and stuff like that. Now back on the dirt track, as you can see. And this bend here, I'm going to look out to the river, but for some reason it's closed off at the moment. I can't go on it. On the left hand side here is I guess what you call marshland, swamp, something like that. That is the floodplain for the Tamar, which is on the right. I know in 2016 and they had really big floods here. The river broke its bank and was over this path here and well into the marshland. Not an everyday occurrence, but it is not unusual. The Tamar goes about 70 k's to a place called Low Head where it enters Bass Strait. Morning. Hello doggy. It's a tidal river and the difference between high and low tide can be as much as 3 metres. If you watched any of my other running videos before, you know that by now you get to see a pair of moving hands, the scenery in front of me, which I hope is interesting, and my heavy breathing, sometimes my footsteps crunching under the gravel. Certainly make a much better taste than me. And then of course I've got to give a credit, she's much younger than I am. I don't have any script or anything like that. I'm making these videos, I just run whatever it is that comes into my mind. I talk about it. And I hope that the people who watch enjoy the scenery, learn something from the commentary, although that's not necessarily not a requirement. And some people just get a bit of enjoyment out of watching somebody else run. The heavy breathing and the sniffling are just part of the package. I'm bush turkeys on the right hand side here. Excuse me, clearing my throat. Steel deck bridge over another stormwater gully here, and we're onto made paths, or sealed paths again. The walk in the path just up here, which I often take. There's another bridge to cross just beyond there. It takes you onto the other part of the track, closer to the roadway. There's a big shoulder between the track and the roadway. Out of some sense of tradition, I always run down that section and up this section. I think overnight it was predicted to get down to about 14 degrees. Not cold at this moment. But for those of you running, you generate more body heat than people who are walking. The bridge over a stormwater gully here.